Hello, everybody, and welcome to Toffee Bluecast. We are live on Easter because normally a day after the game we do a new thing that was requested is player ratings. And this will be fun. Do get involved. We'll have a laugh with you as well. We'll have a little bit of Easter fun at the start. And player ratings, we want to hear what your ratings are of the Everton players. We'll chuck them on the screen. We do everything for you. And we've got it good. We've got it lined up for a real good show for you for player ratings. So do get involved. Paul, how are we? Happy Easter, mate?
Yeah, lots of chocolate. Toblerone for breakfast, along with a cup of tea. How every Easter should be.
At what time did you have your first Easter egg?
Oh, I didn't get up too early. I think we're talking around the 10:30 mark. But I haven't got a young baby to look after.
Well, no, it's not even that. You could just literally get your eggs and then wait till 3 o'clock. You were straight in for the kill as soon as you got your egg.
Yeah. No. Jesus would have wanted it that way. So definitely early doors.
Yeah, you can't. Well, I was straight in as well, which was about. I think Eliana was up at 7, and when they come and found all the Easter eggs all around the house in the morning, and then once they'd found all the eggs, it told them where the big eggs was, and then the Easter bunny obviously left the trail. They got that done, and I think I got a full Easter egg at about 8 o'clock, feeling sick at 8 o'clock in the morning. So let us know in the comments at what time did you have your Easter egg? When did you have yours? Or did you have one? We put an Everton short up. Patterson doesn't get Easter eggs, and the guy doing the socials gave Patterson an Easter egg. Fair play to him.
Yeah, I saw that actually. Yeah, he'd never been given one.
Yeah. I can imagine Patterson having really nice parents that do give him one. I think he's having us on there.
Yeah, maybe. Do you think? Oh, yeah, maybe. Actually, he thought that.
He's a bit of a joker. I could imagine Patterson's parents loading him up with Easter eggs. I think he's having us on. He's a bit of a banter guy, isn't he, Nathan Patterson? Yeah. It is Easter, and we'll have a little bit of Easter fun now. Me and Paul are going to go head-to-head on words that sound like egg. And you in the comments, if you've got any words that sound like egg, get involved, right? So what we're going to do is we're just going to go pull me until we can't think of any words that sound like egg. So you ready for this, Paul? Paul has a little bit of a delay, so it might give him a bit more time on this to get it.
No, it doesn't. It does not at all.
Here we go. So you go first, Paul. What have you got?
Oh, no, you go first and lead the way. Right. Lead the way. You go first.
Right, and thank you. I was glad to go first. Hopefully I'll go first and I go last and win it. I'm going to go for excellent. Excellent.
Ecstatic.
Excited.
Extraordinary.
Egg-davids.
Extra time.
Megs. That's a good.
Megs is good. Oh God. I've already said that one. Oh God. Oh no, I'm really stuck.
10.
I'm really stuck. Hang on, what about
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. I've got another one, so get one.
Go on.
Stegosaurus.
Stegosaurus.
Oh
my word. I mean,
jet-lagged.
Exhume.
Is that a good one? I'm so jet-lagged. Extreme. There's some in the comments here.
Well done, women.
Extreme.
Yeah,
egg.
There is.
There are loads of words. He is dead. Exhume.
Keen is smeg.
That's a good one. Yeah, so that's all we're gonna have. That's all we're gonna do on Easter. We've just had a little egg reel off. Yeah, just had a little egg reel off. So we're going to get straight into it anyway, because those of you that have just come on 6 minutes into the show are probably thinking, right, it is Easter, but I've come on for the Everton player ratings. And this is going to be brutal. And we're going to do it nice and fast and get through it because we don't want it to be a long one because we'd like to chuck it up maybe on TikTok if it's decent. So do get them on the screen quick and Paul will try and put them on and we'll talk about ours pretty quick and we'll just go through the players pretty quick. We have got the players to chuck on the screen. It's dead profesh tonight, people. I've done my own work. Let's just say that. I've done my own work. I'm ready. Right. Paul, should we start with the show?
Let's start with the show and start with our... Should we start with our number one?
Jordan Pickford. Right. Should we go me again then first and then you, me, you? Or should we go...
Go for it. Yeah, that sounds fine.
Actually, we'll go me and then we'll go you and then we'll go you, then me. So we change it each time. So I'm not always first because I don't think it's fair to always put me on the spot first. Right. So Jordan Pickford, player rating. I think he did that really good save at the start, if you remember. It was the right back, and it had a little bit of a deflection, didn't it? It was going bottom left-hand corner, and he got down really well for that. He's seen it late. Nunes wanted it, and he got down really late, Pickford, for that one. He did have that moment where he come out with his cheeky smile, and you know where he come out too far, and he should not have come out. He just ran out of his goal to try and clear it, and he had that cheeky smile, and there was like, get back in your goal. So yeah, a couple of moments, no faults with Jordan Pickford. I'm going to give him none of the goals I don't think was his fault. I'm going to give him an 8.
Yeah, I think that's good, and I'll throw these up as well so people remember what the scoring system is.
8 is great.
So they have to be really low out of 10 if they've had a bad one, and there might be one or two of them tonight. But I agree. I think Jordan was good. I don't think there was any cock ups, to be honest. There was one or two wayward kicks. I'd probably give him an 8 as well. I wouldn't go beyond that. I think he was great, as his normal high standards generally are.
What have we got in the comments for Jordan Pickford then?
We've got a few. Keegan reckons an 8.5. Emma's gone for a 6, so he was good but not great.
Is that low on Emma? Tell us why, Emma. Tell us why.
It might be because it's Pickford. You know, I mean, it's the lower end of good.
Good. Yeah.
So she's a harsh critic, though. She is, but she knows her stuff. Where are we? So Emma said 6. Shelley said 8. Doyley a 7.5, and Shark Nation, good to have you, 7.5 as well. So I think we're fairly in agreement. He was generally the better side of good, lower side of great.
Stars in your eyes. On to the next player. Who have we got?
We'll get to that one, Shark Nation. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, don't you worry.
The next one is... We're going for our left back, Mr.
Mikalenko. See, I had him down on the match. It's interesting because I think we do these player ratings a little bit after, and it lets you calm down a little bit, maybe, Paul?
Yeah, I think
calm down a little bit. Yeah. And Mikalenko, for me, I had him down as my probably man of the match, so he's got to get the highest rating for me that I'm going to give tonight. I'll give him a 9. I think he was really good. I was really happy with Mikalenko, you know. Really happy. He was my man of the match, and I think 9 for Mikalenko.
Top end of great there. Yeah, not bad. I mean, I can understand that. He was one of the better ones. He stifled them a little bit, and there was a cracking sliding tackle, wasn't there? Which then what? There was a few times actually. There was an image of confidence about him when he got the ball. There was a few times, first and second half, when he did get the ball, and he had a good 20, 30 yards in front of him. And instead of trying to slow everything down, he actually did run a bit of pace, get forward up the pitch, and try and create something. So Yeah, I'm with you. Actually, I'd say a 9 as well. I thought he was probably having one of his best games that he's had for us.
I tested you on the spot there, right? And Mikalenko as well, didn't it? Because you missed your K. Here's me saying
Oh,
how fast
Mr.
he is
K.
at typing. Maryalenko. That's a good name, though. I like it. Maryalenko.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
all right.
okay. You know what I mean? Get your cane. Right. Mikalenko, 9-9. What have we got in the comments?
Emma's gone 8-5, so she reckons he had a good game. So does Doyley on a 9. Shelley with a 7-5, top end of good. Shark Nation bit tighter on the old scores for Mikalenko, gives him a 6, so he's still good. 6 is still good.
Low, isn't it? It's low though.
Keegan gave him a 7.6. I like how we're getting so specific. Doyley actually with his 9 would give Mikalenko our man of the match, which isn't a bad shout, to be fair.
No,
so there you go.
Around about the same, isn't it? So for the people, this does go over to Twitter. So the people listening on Twitter, if you do want to participate, you can message on Twitter and it will come over to YouTube and can still chuck it on the screen. If you haven't hit that like and subscribe, please do so at this moment in time so you don't forget. It just supports us and gets the videos watched, basically. So please do that. And let's move on to the next player. Who have we got, Paul?
Yeah, we're going to go for Branthwaite next. Gerard.
Yeah, still
Gerard
got nightmares of Pep giving him a hug, which I was fuming about.
No. Well, they'll all be on the blower. They'll be getting some of his mates to have a little word and everything else. So
yeah, Bowden and all
but
that.
He is class. He is absolute class, and I don't think he's going to go down. Touch wood. He's not going to go down in his performances, and obviously his experience is going to get better. And I think he's just going to be a shining light. I think he's better than John Stones was at that age for us. I think he can go on to do great things. I really do. I just hope he stays with us, certainly for another season. We might struggle after that. Don't know.
I want to keep him forever, but I know it's.
Well, I know, yeah. Well, we've got to be really good. We've got to be really good for that to happen, because he's a step above, and he is a step above.
Yeah, but it's a massive. It's a massive reason for us to push now. You've got to push the Brantford's standard that he's going to get, and if you don't get to that standard, he's going to leave. So it's a massive kick up the arse for us to say, get to a good standard for Brantford. And if we're not, it's a good bar to set yourself now. So like you've got to try and keep Brantford and get to that standard, and that's what we've got to do. So what are you giving him, Paul?
Well, I was thinking of an 8, but I'm gonna drop it a 7.5. I'm gonna do a 7.5, and that's not just his fault, but the way he was disrupted when Keane came on. We didn't look as solid in the middle, and so he's got to take part responsibility for that, not all of it. So I'm just dropping him a half mark on there. So 7.5 for me. Still great. Still great. 7.5. Still very good.
Brantford got a lower mark from Paul just because Michael Keane come on next to him. I bet Brantford don't want Michael Keane to come on ever again. He's thinking, bloody hell, he just can't do anything. So I'm going to give Brantford. I think he played really well. He didn't do anything wrong. You can't babysit Michael Keane. So I'm going to give him an 8. I'm going to keep him high because I thought he played really well. He looked calm on the ball. He's back to himself, basically. When he come back from his injury, he was a little bit slow and off the pace. But now I think he looks up to speed. Really good on the ball. Really good at heading the ball. Calm, collective. Can't fault him in this game. 8.
Fair dues. Doyley gave him a 7. Shelley gave him an 8. Keegan was a big fan. He gave him a 9. Nick's just come in, so a little bit of catch up from Nick. He went 7.5 for Pickford. We haven't done O'Brien yet, but he'll be on in a moment. Branthwaite at 7.5. Mikalenko and 8.5. So
cheers, Nick. Make sure you stay with us now you've caught up.
I know, yeah. Shark, sort of same. 7. Hope he doesn't leave. Really hope he doesn't leave. Emma's a 7 as well. And no, he didn't get picked for England, but it's not a bad. That's not a bad thing from an Everton point of view. To be fair, he will get there. I've absolutely no doubt about
I think
that.
it is a bit. I think it is a bad thing for an Everton point of view because
Yeah.
if he would have, the fact that he hasn't got picked for England might make him want to move to get picked for England. If he would have got picked, he probably would have thought, you know what, I'm playing for England anyway. So it's pissed me off that Tuchel didn't pick him because I feel that might have manifested a little bit of a move pull. But I get what you're saying as well. I hope not. Just stay. Just stay, Branthwaite. We love you. Branthwaite could go to another team now and not get that much of a game, take a while to bed in. I think he's at the right place at the minute, because he's not the finished article. He is a fantastic player, but he's got a lot to learn. And I don't see Everton like distracting his progress. I think he's at the perfect team. I don't think we're setting him back. I think we're doing really well with him, and we'll develop him perfect. We really will. Hopefully to stay. I love him.
No, I agree. Well, I hope he stays. Right, next one.
Yeah, let's go.
We're going to go with the other man who started next to Branthwaite. We're going to go with Tarks. Bless him. I mean, a mainstay, literally playing every minute of every game.
Do I really look like Tarkowski?
Never a problem. Let's see. It's before and after.
Put me aside.
Yeah, hang on. Let's put you. Hang on a sec.
How do you do that?
You're
not going to see it like that.
I was just trying to get just you.
You made us like elves then. If you put the picture up, I could go at the side of him. Look, there you go. At the side of him.
Put your head to one side. Go to the end of yours. Go to the side of yours.
There you go.
Lean your head to one side so people can see you.
It is there, look.
No, the other way.
Yeah, yours at the side as well. There you go.
People can see me. Lean the other way.
They can't see me, can't they?
There you go.
No, it's because your screen's different. They can see me anyway. the screen. I think.
Yeah,
when we watched that back, I was actually, because your screen's mirrored. When we watched that back, you actually see that I was leaning and you could see me, but your screen was mirrored, so it looked like you couldn't see me.
See you. Yeah.
No, but I think you could. I'm really intrigued on people in the comments. Let me know. Was I leaning so you could actually see me, or was I don't know.
Could you see Dan?
Or could you see me?
A weird thing.
Yeah. Was Paul's letting you know? Yeah, so Tarkowski. Let's crack on with him.
We couldn't see you. There you go.
Really weird.
You can see you because you're there.
No, when I was leaned at the side, you could see Tarkowski and me at the side of each other, perfect. And then you told me to go behind the picture. So I was thinking, yeah, but you're not going to see me if you go behind the picture. But it turns out if I went behind the picture, it would have been where you could see me. So, yeah. I get it. Right, James Tarkowski, basically.
Yes.
And
he went off 52 minutes. So obviously not much of the second half. Got 10 minutes in the second half-ish. I thought he had a good first half. I didn't think there was any problems. I thought he managed the defence like he normally does. Didn't take any messing around. I just thought he was his dominant, usual self. And then it wasn't even a bad tackle. It's a pull. It's a pulled hamstring, which can be a right pain. Hopefully, it's not too bad, but it'll keep him out for at least a game or two, you would imagine. So,
what scares me with Tarkowski is that if you look at his legs, they're massive. He doesn't get injured. He plays every game. He's got records of not missing games, and I think he's a person that he doesn't get injured, but when he does get injured, it's going to be a bad injury to make him injured. Do you know what I mean? So I'm a bit worried about that. But hopefully it's not, and he's probably a mean machine and recovers straight away. But it's going to be interesting to see what happens with that. Will it just loosen up and he'll be out at training next? I don't know. We all
well, one thing Moyes said as well is that the silver lining is that it gives us an opportunity to see what happens when we do lose a mainstay for a few weeks. So he's got to have a little think now. We're not blessed with a ton of centre backs. Or a ton of centre backs that we like, so it will be interesting. I think it'll give Might give a couple of
6 weeks minimum.
It could be. It could be. It could be. That could be it for the season. Which would be a shame for the Goodison, the Goodison sort of aspect of it.
Well, we're basically crying about Tarkowski, which has distracted us on giving him a player rating. But who is it, Paul? What are you giving him?
I'm going to give him a 7. I'm going to give him a 7 for the time that he was on. Did decent. So 7 for me.
You know what? I'm going to give him a 9, just for the reason that when he went off, I didn't realise how influential he was on the pitch. And I think when he's on and he's done, well, there you go. You're happy with it. 9, fair enough. His wife likes it. 9, honestly, I just think that when he went off, we crumbled so much that he must be pivotal. He must be pivotal for the fact that he went off and we just didn't look the same team. And that's massively part of what come on. But it just still shows that a few people said in the comments, like, maybe that shows you Tarkowski's worth, when a few people was giving him a little bit of grief sometimes in games. I honestly do think he's more pivotal than what we think. And I'm giving him the same as Mick. I'll give Mikalenko man of the match, which is a 9, but I'm giving Tarkowski a 9 as well, because we looked decent when Tarkowski was on and we didn't when he came off. What have we got in the comments, Paul?
Well, Keegan thinks that he might end up going back to the Championship eventually. Might well do eventually. Hopefully not for a while. Yeah,
it'd be good, in it. Yeah.
Oh, of course, he'd be great. Shelley gave him an 8. Doyley gave him a 7.5. Emma gave him an 8. Keegan gave him a 4.5, mainly because he got injured. It's because of your hair.
4.5. That's brutal, isn't it? Yeah, the hair.
Because of your hair.
You know what I mean? We don't look
Mike reckons the 7.5. We lost our structure. We capitulated a little bit, didn't we? It was frustrating. I hope it wasn't his last game at Goodison as well, but I've got to worry that it is.
You think it's Tarkowski's last game? Oh yeah, at Goodison. Yeah, I get it. Sorry, I thought you meant ever.
Yeah.
Scared me then.
Doyley mentioned that he's not missed it. Do you know what I mean? Emma throws her thoughts into the ring. We did supposedly sign a young kid who's going to be in the academy from Hearts, John Dodds. It's good that we're picking up people for the future. So, yeah, we do need some centre backs, without a doubt. So, there was one thing actually, just going back to Branthwaite for a second. Rod mentions, I remember Lineker saying in Mexico he only wanted to play for Everton, and then Terry Venables was pissing himself laughing because we'd already sold him to Barcelona. I know the clip that you're on about, because it was on a Match of the Day, and it was Jimmy Hill. Was it Jimmy Hill? Oh no, what's his bloody name? There was another guy there who, Laurie McMenemy, I think it was, didn't like the conversation, said that it was disrespectful to Howard Kendall and Everton, the fact that Terry Venables was basically tapping up Lineker on a live show so he could go and play Barcelona in the next season, and that's exactly what happened. So keep Branthwaite away from any rival managers at all costs.
Definitely. It really does scare me, that part. It really does. I want to keep Branthwaite, I really do. Transfer window. I think this transfer window is going to be, it's going to be so important and so scary at the same time. We are going to drop another show, and I didn't tell you about this, Paul. It's who you want to keep and who you want to let go, and we've got all the players on the Toffee Bluecast. So, well, not live, but we've got all the players set up. So we'll do another show saying keep or thingy, but I think do that closer to the end of the season, because they're still playing for us. It's a bit harsh on them whilst they're still playing for us. Don't want them to watch the show and underperform.
Oh well, they're still in their audition time, aren't they? So there you go. If we're going via position, this is the one that a lot of people have got strong thoughts on, but keep it respectful to a point. Mr. Keane came on obviously because Taki came off. Here he is. Got booked inside the first 3 minutes of being on. And I know you called him a bit of a calamity, like Sweet Chuck in Police
Looks
Academy.
like him a little bit. Yeah.
Oh
He
yeah,
does look like
looks
him,
dead
doesn't he?
like him.
Yeah, where he falls off his motorbike. He's literally Sweet Chuck. Michael Keane in Sweet Chuck. I watched some videos of Police Academy, and that is literally bringing Michael Keane on was like bringing Sweet Chuck on in football. I'm not even joking. It just wasn't. I'm still not over it, Paul. I've still had nightmares about it. And we are going to give Michael Keane right now a player rating. Just then, you had him. He's proper staring at me in that picture, you know.
What Michael was.
Yeah, put him on. Look,
Probably doesn't
yeah.
like being called Sweet Chuck. To be fair.
Oh, do you know what? It's so bad how much just looking at him boils me right now. But it is what it is. It is.
I mean, I feel
Lee?
sorry for him. I do feel sorry for him. I'm not going to stick up for his performance.
You do sometimes give them that benefit of the doubt where you
don't
want to be too brutal on them and you want to feel sorry for them.
Well, anytime you sort of see it, I don't know, it's PR and online and everything else, but I've not sort of heard anyone have a bad word about him personally. But he's been a magnet for mishap. And people being uncomfortable on the pitch. He's been a magnet for it. And it's all the way through his career, because he's been with us a long time. It's not always been like that at all. But he has gone in very...
He's
gone like that, up and down over the years. Yeah, he has had some immense sort of periods for the club where he's had a good few months where he's been brilliant, and we can't think what we'd do without him. And then
never. I'm not with you on. I'm not with you on. I'm not immense. I am not with you on immense, and I've never ever thought, what can I do without Michael? What can I do without?
It has been,
Michael,
and I'm not saying recent. I'm not saying recent
even
at
like
all. There have been times in the time that he's been with us, where he's done really well, and then he's gone through a shocking season, and then he's gone away, and then come back and got better again. And a lot of it has sort of gone with managers, but certainly in the last few years, he's been a magnet for calamity, and that's what seemed to happen yesterday, because it wasn't any sort of one, 2, 3.
I love it. We never ever disagree. Right? I love it. I love it.
Major mistakes, but just generally pretty bad, and other people around that area were not as comfortable, not as good after he came on.
Has Michael Keane agreed to put some money in your bank account to stop you giving him a critic on this show? No, honestly, it's different opinions, isn't it? And I get it. Everyone thinks different, and it might just seem like I'm coming across. Yeah, it's scary to think he was an England player. It might just come like some people will just think, you know what, he's a person. Don't be nasty. He's a person. But at the end of the day, Michael Keane has been punching. The moment he got that Everton contract, probably 5 years ago, and I can't believe Carlo gave him another one. Our bar has been so low. Our bar and our standard has been so low that some people have accepted Michael Keane in defence and thought, you know what, he's not that bad. And that's how low. I think if your bar is that low, that you can see him decent. He's not good enough, and it's not even his fault, by the way, because I think it's Everton's fault, because our standards become that low that we've had him, and he's become what we've got. And I honestly do believe he should have been gone a long time ago. Personally, Michael Keane, he probably played decent in the Championship, and he should be in the Championship now. He shouldn't be on the wage that he's on with us. He's won the lottery. Michael Keane has. Everton have given him a contract that he should never have been gotten. The wage that he's got for how bad he is ridiculous. He's not a Premier League player. He really isn't. You could put Michael Keane against Mamouche, who wasn't playing well, and he looked crap. You could put Michael Keane against anybody, and he probably wouldn't be confident. Any player, you probably ask any player, do you fancy yourself against Michael Keane? They'd be rubbing their hands, and they'd want to go at him. And there's no I just think he's not good enough for Everton now. He really isn't, and I hope David Moyes sees that. He's just not good enough. And as a person, by the way, really nice person, likes his golf, but It's not good enough for Everton Football Club. We're not looking to do a thing where we look at personalities on footballers.
No.
We need our footballers to be like super good, and he's not good enough.
I think
as I said, Paul, like if he's in your squad, you're gonna be in relegation battles. I think now you need a strong 11 on paper, and if he's on your paper, you're weak. You're just weak straight away for me.
Yeah,
and I'm gonna give him.
Go on.
I'm going to give him, and I'm being serious here. I would give him a -1. I think like -1. I would give him a -1. And then 1 is terrible. I'd give him a -1. That's brutal, but I would give
That's
him.
fine. It's fine. It's fine.
But do you know, like someone comes on and plays terrible? I think he was actually worse than terrible, Paul. Like terrible is like making mistakes. He made mistakes and flicked the ball onto Mamouche to put him through on goal. So he was bad on bad.
I think a lot of it is his body position and awareness. He never seems to be.
It's the boots that you've got. It's the boots. It's the boots on your picture.
He's still got it.
We're not terrorising. We're not bullying. It just ain't good enough. Sorry, and you've got to call players out for what they are. I'm not being funny. He's on it. He's on probably 70 grand a week. And he's been on that for a long time from us. He's had plenty of money from us, and he's been a professional footballer. So you don't need to feel too sorry for him for being not good enough. He's just not good enough. He just ain't. And he's had a good career. He's got to cap for England. I bloody don't know how. He's had a good career, but sorry.
I think his movement awareness is awful. You know. Yeah. Right. Well. Shelley went for a -10. Shelley went -10 million. Mike was a 0.
It's on 80k a week as well, yeah.
Sadil reckons Moyes should play the likes of Patterson, Schmitty, and let these lads who are likely to be there afterwards come in for the lads who perhaps won't be. Doyley's going for a 2. I'm going for I'll go for a 1. Yeah, I'll go for a 1. Keegan reckons...
Just say the pressure on Michael Keane if he plays against Chelsea will be too much. So I just think you've got to not play him against Chelsea just to protect him. If Moyes does want to look at him, it's got to be against a weaker team. I think if you play him against Jackson, I think you're in big trouble. Honestly, I think just as a manager, you should protect him after that game and not let him play Chelsea. Don't let him play it all, by the way.
I think Keegan's gaslighting. Keane deserves an 8 from me because he played very well when he came on. Wormy bit.
Mad scores Keegan's got on it.
What? You what? Yeah, there is a bit of Bambi on Ice and Benny Hill theme tune, without a doubt, for those oldies among us. Nick gave him a 0. Emma gave him a 0. I know I am too nice. West Egg thinks Moyes will get rid, and if Southall had played with Keane, oh god, that would not have been pretty. And he did, yeah. He caught Pickford as well when Pickford came out for one.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, I forgot to say that. That goes to Chloe. What I was fuming at that, but I forgot to say that, Paul. He just smashed Pickford on the shin. Like,
smashed him. He tried to jump over, but he can't jump. He tried
to jump over, but he's twicking Police Academy, isn't he? That's the problem. He smashed him. It hurt Pickford's shin. It was a big... Michael Keane's got dopey feet, mate. If he kicks you, he kicks you, trust me. He's like... he's basically like Maguire. Do you know when Maguire kicked Pogba in the face? He's very similar, isn't he? Like, he's like Maguire.
Oh, really?
Yeah, remember where... You've all seen the video where Maguire's doing back heel warm-up, stretching his thing with his studs going high behind him, and then all of a sudden he does it in the game and kicks Pogba in the face. Maguire and Mark Keane are related. You cannot convince me any other way. Right. So I've given him -1. Paul, you gave him a 1, which is probably the highest score, would you say?
Doyle gave him a 2. Oh, well, Keegan gave him an 8, but I think that was just
Keegan's having a laugh there.
I think he was just very shit. To be
He's
fair.
trying to get me bored.
Anyway, what about the giraffe amongst us? O'Brien. Our right back, who maybe should have been centre back. That's what everyone was sort of saying, really.
Yeah, well, I personally think. Do you want to go first on this one?
Yeah, I mean, I thought he did. I thought he did really well. I thought, what was his name? Was it Savino? Did him a few times, just dummied him a couple of times and got away. Generally, though, I thought he was good against the likes of Doku when Doku came on. He's just got I think that's just experience, and it's just little tweaks to his game which are just improving. Remember, he's doing right back as a temporary measure, because we don't fancy the 3 right backs that we've actually got in the squad. So he definitely did a decent job. I wish he had got more. I wish he had a bit more luck on set pieces and maybe sort of got around the ball a little bit more. I think if Tarky isn't involved in the next couple of games at least, then I'd like to see him be more the target person, to be honest. So hopefully that'll happen. But no, I thought he did well. I'd give him a 7.5. I'd give him a 7.5. Minus 10,000. Good on you, Lulu. Thank you, Dan. On mute, Dan.
I said a lot of stuff then as well. I just said I literally gave a massive shout out. Says Lulu's just popped on. She's at a family dinner. I'm going to say it again now. I said it good the first time. At a family dinner, just stopping in to say Happy Egg Day to give Tarky a 99, and Michael Keane a minus 1,000. I was tempted on that, to be fair, Lulu. I just went -1 because Paul went all nice on him. Minus 1,000. And she said, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Lulu does support it pretty well. I hope you have a boss family dinner, Lulu, and have a cracker. Thanks for your input. She's got the main mark. She wanted to get the Michael Keane in, course she did. Right. What have we got? What have we got in the comments, Paul?
What did you give him?
I probably should give him so much. I'm going to give him. Me mute. It's because my lad come down, he started pouring a drink, I muted it and then got to take it off. Blame him. Right, I'm gonna go for an 8. Yeah, he's up there. I want to give him a 9 as well because I think I just think he's really good. I'm just gutted he didn't go centre back because I would have liked to have seen him go centre back and say, can you fill Tarkowski's shoes in the centre back position? And I do feel he would have had a lot to prove to go centre back because he doesn't want to play right back. He wants to be a centre back. That's his position. He said when you ask a player about right back position and he's playing so well in it, he'd probably look happy, but he doesn't look happy. He always points out the first thing he says when people say, could this right back position be your position? He says, no, I'm a centre back, but I'll do what I've got to do for the team. So basically he's itching to go centre back, and that was his moment. And I feel when you say to O'Brien, Tarkowski, we haven't got him, I feel O'Brien would have took on a captain responsibility as well. I think O'Brien's got that in him, where he would have started ordering people about. He used to do it for Lyon. And I think he would have had a real point to prove, Paul. I do. And I'm just gutted that he didn't get that chance. I'm hoping he gets it next game. But I'm shaky Stevens, mate. I'm shaky Dan on Michael Keane starting their next game. So I'm going to give him. No. Yeah, I'm going to give him an 8. An 8.
Yeah, and that's what Shelley gave as well. Emma gave him a 7. Doyley a 6.5. Mike, yeah, he did. I think he just Doku never came inside. It was always when he got to that line, and that's what we had to stop them doing. Really, that was the most dangerous thing. But he didn't do too bad. But 7 anyway.
Do you know the thing is though, Paul? Do you know where, and people don't see this, do you know where you say he struggled when Doku come on? We said that when O'Brien plays right back, Tarkowski really does help him out.
Oh
And I
no,
think,
no, yeah.
yeah, I think when you've got people don't realise it's a domino effect. When you've got a weak centre back playing at the side of
Mm,
O'Brien, O'Brien knows once Doku's gone by him, he's running at Michael Keane and we're in trouble. He senses that. And I just think that players can make players play better. And I think when you've got someone weak right centre back and O'Brien's playing right back, it's a domino effect. It really is. So
mm.
I honestly do believe that if Tarkowski was playing centre back, O'Brien and Tarkowski would have been better against Doku. Do you get where I'm coming from?
Yeah, yeah, because you could tell when Keane came on, Branthwaite. If you've got Branthwaite and Tarkowski, you very rarely see Branthwaite have to come across. And whether he felt as though he needed to, or there were times that he actually did need to, Branthwaite was kind of trying to cover or support
Yeah,
both positions,
100%.
and we shouldn't need to do that. But Jake did let him sort of get down the side a few times. So, but again, that just comes with experience. So Nick gave him an 8. Keegan gave him an 8.8.
Keegan's
Craig
marks are
Dimmock,
mad, ain't he?
Bournemouth. Man. I know, yeah, it's lovely though. I love it.
Yeah.
Nice, nice emoji. Where are we? Yeah, Doku is a bit of a nightmare. I don't think Doku always understands what he's going to do. Yeah, it'd be great for him to be at centre back. It's on Moyes. It's on Moyes, and I think Moyes will get a little bit of heat if he goes for Keane to take over that position. I really do.
The fans are loving David Moyes at the minute. I feel that would be something that could make the fans turn on him. And I don't see why David Moyes would want to make that move when he's got the fans massively on his side. Don't do it, David.
Yeah. No, I agree. I agree. Should we do a couple of quick ones?
Yeah,
with our guys in the middle. So we'll just go numbers straight away. James Garner.
James Garner, I'm going to give him 6. No, he was all right actually. 7. 6 is harsh because I thought he was decent this game. 7. He was up for it. He's running a lot. 7. What are you giving him?
Yeah, I give him. You know what? I'd give him an 8.
Yeah, he was good. Yeah,
I thought he was strong, put in a good few tackles. I mean, you got to think we kept them at bay. It was 84th minute they actually scored. You don't get to that position without your defensive unit, including your 2 centre mids, playing half decent. So I'd give Garner an 8 to be honest. But so what did you go? I gave 8. You gave
7. What have we got in the comments? So a 7 and an
8. Where are we? Good. Made a big mistake. Yes, he'll know that. Doyle gave me 5. There's not a lot of love, to be honest. Shelley gave me 5.
Yeah. Why are we doing it?
Eugene's in a game of 7.
Yeah.
Say no. Yeah, invisible. I mean, there's lots of stuff that I think he would do that you wouldn't necessarily notice. Do you know what I mean? Because he'd win the ball and give it to someone else without doing any great tackles and everything else. So Keegan gave him a 6.5, steady from Mike with 7. Nick gave him a 6. Rob gave him a 4. I'm not sure what the cop out, but still gave him a 6. I am, but I'll go back on Tuesday. Oh God, but it's been a bit of a nightmare. It's not been relaxing. Not beds today. No, I'm not saying any of that. But yeah, that's where we are with James Garner. So what about Garner Gay?
Garner Gay, he was good again. No problems with him. Decent, slowed down towards the end. Did get the yellow card, which I feel killed his game.
But why did he get that yellow card, though? Yeah.
He needed to stop the counter-attack. It was another... you mentioned it the other week where it was a really good foul to stop the counter-attack. And it was the same again, He had to stop the counter. We wasn't more in trouble this time than last time. If he didn't stop that counter-attack, I think they would have scored. So it was a good yellow card that he got, but I think once he was on it, you think about taking him off because his game is all about contact and pushing the boundaries to probably get a yellow without getting a yellow, and he can't do that when he's already got one. So I'd give him a 7. I think Garnegay was fantastic. Does scare me that the links for him to go to Saudi really does scare me. I read it as a news thing saying Garnegay to Saudi. He is. We replaced Garnegay with Garnegay, so it'd be scary that one. What are you giving it?
Sure enough. I'm gonna. Yeah, we did miss him when he went off. We did miss him when he came off. To be honest, the lads who came on weren't up to pace.
7 harsh.
I'd give Garnegay an 8. 7's not harsh. No way is 7 harsh. No, 7's good. I thought he was really good. I thought he was great, Garnegay.
No, I'm going to give him. I'm going to change it. I'm going to give him an 8 as well. He's got to be great. He wasn't good. He was great. He was better than good. He was great. Yeah, I think he was. Yeah. Sorry, Garnegay. I'm going to give you 8.
Well, Doyle gave him a 7.5. Mike gave him 8.5. So I really liked him.
Yeah.
Shelley and Eugene both gave him a 7. Tazul gave him an 8. So did Emma as well. Yeah, we weren't as tight, were we? I don't think there was as much running off the ball when we made that change. I don't think people were covering as much ground. Keegan gave him an 8. That's all right. West End, good to have you here anyway. We do. I think it's a no-brainer to give him another short-term contract. He's not done yet. That's for certain. Rod gave him a 7. Yeah, we're mathematically safe, by the way, today. Because Ipswich faltered or got absolutely battered by Arsenal. Not Arsenal, who was it? Oh, no, it was Arsenal, wasn't it? Shelley, yeah, game signed. Yeah, we do. He'd certainly fancy that, I would imagine, going down there. So we've got to make sure that he comes back and has a decent pre-season with us. So lots of love for Garnegay. He's definitely in the top 3 for me this season. I don't think there's any doubt about that. Right. We'll go. Where should we go? We will go left-hand side. And let's go for. I think I've misspelled anyway. I'll write it in again in a second. But our Skilliman. How do we feel about Skilliman?
I think he still looked good. When you get him on the ball, you can see he's still got it. There was one moment where he lost the ball in a counter attack, which is very rare for him. He tried to hold on to it too long in the middle of the park. They took it off him, and they ran at us, and he lost the ball in a vital position. And I think that's because he knew he didn't have the game he wanted. I don't think he had a good game this one. And I love him, by the way, to pieces, but I'm not going to always mark him good. I'm going to give him a 5, an okay. I just think he was okay. I know that sounds brutal, but I know what he can be. Do you know what I mean? And he wasn't.
Yeah.
No, this game I really was looking at Garnegay to unlock things. You know what I mean against mine, especially when he's against Nunes as well. Which Nunes didn't look that good, and he was a centre mid playing right back, and Nunes got up a lot. Nunes had a lot of shots on goal, and he really did get forward. So I think he won that battle against Sanjay. So Sanjay he's the GOAT. When he's on it, he's the best for me. But at 5 is a brutal mark. I feel bad on that, but at 5.
Yeah, I think you found it difficult, the lack of possession that we actually had, because we were awful at keeping it. We didn't give him the ball very often, if we kept it at all. So I think he was
brutal, isn't it?
He was suffocated, if anything. There were a couple of great flashes on the left-hand side, particularly second half before he came off, where he had 2 or 3 people around him. He just did and then got away.
That shot just over the bar, didn't he? Just the right side of the goal.
But they were few and far between. So I'd probably give him a 6. and say that he was good. Not
I've
great,
given my
but he was good.
favourite player the lowest mark out of everyone looking at the comments, which makes me feel really harsh.
No, it is what it is. So Eugene gave him a 7.5. Mike says he still needs sharpening. Yeah, he's not back to it yet, is he? He's not quite back to it yet. So it'd be interesting to see what Moyes does now. McNeil is a little bit more available as well. So, in some of the games that we've got left, we're playing two of the teams who've been relegated or will be anytime soon, if they're not already. I think they are, aren't they? So yeah, my game is 7.6 by Keegan. Rod gives a 6. Like the final ball, yeah. Also, as well, just availability for people to give the bloody ball to, especially if it's going forward. He's just come back from injury. Yeah. Emma thinks that maybe we've overhyped him. I mean, he had a great few months with us as well, but there's not. I think if there is better targets to hit, then I think you might see him.
Do you know what? I think he, and this is me defending because I love him a little bit, but I think he would have more end product if he was playing the number 10 position. I think we're playing him out wide and you're not seeing much end product because he doesn't get in the 10 positions that much that he probably wants to go and score.
No.
And I think if he's given that free role in the 10 where he's always in a dangerous positions, he'll probably have that little bit more craft where he's just comfortable and just thinks, I'm going to put you in, I'm going to put you in, I'm going to put you in. But because he's playing left wing, often tracking back, you know what it's like as a footballer. You all want to score. You all want to be the hero. And I think when he's playing on the wing, it's that hard for him to get into the 10 position from the wing that when he's there, he can hold on to it too long. That's where it can go wrong. So, yeah, I think play him in the 10, maybe.
I mean, the thing about that as well, if you got him coming off the left, which he seems to like to do, that left-hand side is not always an option for a target. Do you know what I mean? As he comes inside, you've either got whoever's on the right that he'll play across to and carry on the build-up, or you've got someone running through as a striker. We don't have that a lot. So generally, he will jig past a few players and then spread it over to the other side of the pitch. You have him in that centre. He's got such a good awareness of what's around him and a good turn on him. It's a no-brainer for me. No-brainer. But like Emma says, Dukes ain't getting dropped anytime soon. And he worked hard. Decore, he worked hard. So I get it. Who was captain when Taki came off? I'm not sure. It'd either be Pickford or Garner Gay, I would imagine. I'm not sure which one. So if anyone knows, drop it in the comment and let us know. We're going to go over to the other side. So, Mr. Jack Harrison. What do you reckon?
Do you know what? First off, his touches was some balls went over their player, and he had such small positions to take it down, and I couldn't believe his touch. And it really grates me, because I know with how good his control was, he could be a good player. I watched him for Leeds, and Jack Harrison, he has ability to control the ball well, and the ball can stick to his feet, and I feel that's a massive strength that he hasn't taken advantage of.
Yeah,
he could. Honestly, the control that he had that first half, some of the balls into him, and the little sharp moves and all that, and you've seen it, and I thought, yeah, he looks good, and then he ghosted it again second half, and his confidence just completely went. He's got ability. His head just ain't confident for me. It's a shame. It's a shame because he works hard as well. But I just seen his control that game, Paul. I seen a couple of sharp movements, and I thought, you know what, you could have been a good player. It's just a shame that something's not right on you to make yourself a good player. I'm going to give him a 6 because I feel he had a good first half and then went crap second half.
Yeah, I think I would. I think he's got a great touch in bringing the ball down. Absolutely fantastic touch. But I don't think the difference between him and say Ndiaye is Ndiaye will get away from his player with either his first touch or his second touch. Jack hasn't got that burst of pace over 10 yards to get away from the defender. So what he's either been told or what he's sort of worked out for himself is that if he's just getting half a yard, then the cross comes in. But that's where he's not as successful, and that's where you kind of think, oh God, it's gone too far again, or it's just been cleared again, and that's partly Jack and partly the targets that are in the box, because you could create half a yard and get a cross in, and it fall plumb on someone's head, and they knock it in, but you're just putting it into an area, and we're putting balls into those areas, but we haven't got people strong enough in those areas. You know what I mean? So
I think he's got game, but he's got that doubt in his head, which massively affects him. So he has got game, but
yeah,
when he crosses it, just a little bit of doubt in your cross makes the cross bad. You don't cross it good. He isn't confident in his ability. That's why I say confidence is massive on it. Same when he tries to run past players. I think he thinks twice. Am I going to get by him instead of just thinking I'm gone. I'm trusting that I'm going to get by him. Like, you're not catching me. I'm going to control you. Do you know when you want a winger to say, right, I want to do you. I want to do you again. I want to make you look stupid. Where a winger really loves the challenge of taking the player on and have him on ice. But Jack Harrison, he doesn't. Just confidence player. Who we got next then? I'll give him 6. That's decent, I think.
I'd agree with Emma. I'd give him a 7. Mike says it was probably his best game for us. I can, maybe 7. 6 for running rounds. 5 crosses, non-accurate, lost ball 13 times, 1 key pass. That's it. You know, it's the key moments are few and far between. 7 off Shelley.
Stats, isn't he?
He is. 5-5 for Doyley. 9 for Harrison's Edu.
Do you know that reminds me? That reminds me of something. And we are blasting through these, by the way, but I've got to say it.
No.
My missus goes, "What the hell is Pickford?" No, we're not. What the hell has Pickford done to his hair? My missus said. Pickford gave himself a parting. Did you see a parting?
Yeah.
He gave us. My missus goes, "What's Pickford done to his hair that don't suit him?" So just that's a quick one. Make you laugh to yourself right there. Right. So yeah, go on. Keep going, Harrison.
Better than a Mamble, I have to say. Last 2 games been great, but yeah, it's a little bit too late. I'm presuming this is either 7.5 or 8.5, not 78.5.
78.5.
Although that would be interesting. Mega. That's an ego boost. If someone gives you 78.
What would you say 78.5 is? Like if
too high.
if 10 is excellent, what's 78.5?
Oh, biblical.
Biblical, yeah, that's a good word. To be fair, there you go. Biblical
on a day like this as well.
Biblical,
yeah. Nick said he had a couple of crosses first half. Yeah, back across. I know. 8.5. Oh, what a come down. 8.5 off Keegan, and yeah, he's not consistent enough. Gives him a 6 anyway. Let's go for the Duke. Whatever you think of him.
Your favourite player?
Whatever you think of him, the man in the tent, he works his socks off. I'll give him that. I'll never say anything bad about him in that respect.
I'll give him a 7, you know. He was steady.
Yeah.
He had that shot, didn't he? That wasn't a bad shot from the angle he was at. He ran his socks off. He closed a lot down. Just probably wasn't as clinical as you probably wanted. But then I do feel his energy, we needed it. The reason we were so good first half was because Takore was closing a lot of bloody players down, wasn't he?
Yeah. I'll give him a 7.5. He worked really hard.
7.5.
Yeah, because there was a couple of moments when he did actually have the ball, and I thought, well, he's going to lose it here. And he didn't.
He didn't lose it, did he? No.
One was in the.
I was thinking of you then. Because there's a couple of times he had the ball and you said, like, you don't know what he's doing, and he kept it and he moved it on, and all the fans started cheering, like, well done for keeping possession. So yeah.
Well, there was one in the first half I think he was the furthest player forward by a mile. I don't know where Beto where Beto was, but he was getting closed down by about 3 defenders, and he chopped and he chopped and he chopped and came back inside again. I don't even know if he knew what he was doing, but he kept the ball. And then the other one, when he was doing this weird leg thing in the second half on the edge of the box, went down his left side and he got a shot off. To be fair, Ortega saved it top corner near post. So yeah, I'll give him a 7-5. I'd still have Alcaraz or Enzai in the 10 though. I'm never going to change that opinion.
If Dukes is getting a 7.5 off Paul, that's basically a 10. 7.5 off Paul for Dukes is converted to a 10.
Equivalent. What do you give him?
7.
It's 7.
You give him a bigger mark than me, which I can't believe.
I did sort of catch Eugene giving Harrison a 9.5.
Big mark, Eugene, like it.
So that'd be interesting. Harrison won't get a 78.5 in a season.
Yeah, good point.
Emma gives him a 6. Nick gives him a 7. Doyle a 5.5. Yeah, distribution's not great really. 6.5 from Shelley. Keegan gives him a 7. Eugene's very positive as always. Gives him an 8.
Yeah,
and Shelley's got a good point. Drop us the like on the show tonight, and if you haven't,
let's get to 7,000. Push. Yeah, come on, let's do this. We don't go live to not get likes and subscribers. We've got loads in the a lot of comments going on, so do hit those. Let's come off and get at least 30-40 likes on the stream, and let's get more subscribers. Let's fire away. 7,000 would be amazing. I do believe we could get to 7,000 before the season finishes.
You know what? Actually, I apologise because it wasn't Beto who started. It was Broya.
I know. I got
my bad. My bad. Broya started, not Beto, which shows you how good Broya did.
Yeah, the fact that you wanted to put Beto in before even Broja was on. You'd rather talk about Beto than Broja. You know what? This is brutal. It's really, really brutal. Let me have a look again just to see, because my memory's like a freaking sieve. Let's have a look. I'm going to give him a 3, you know. That is brutal, but I am going to give him a 3.
Yeah.
A high bad. He wasn't good. He wasn't okay. I wasn't okay with it, what he played like. I'm going to give him a 3. And I know that sounds brutal because 3 on flash score would be really bad. But 3 I'm going to give him. Because I just got more so 3 because I'm just so disappointed on him with that chance that he was given. Because obviously David Moyes has played him with the thought that, do I want to sign you for Everton? Yeah. He's taken a look at him and he's saying, and Broja needs to play for his career. And he didn't play for it for me. Yeah, 3. Sorry, Radiant, mate, but he just wasn't good enough. And even you said so yourself.
No, I think Radiant feels the same way, to be honest. And we just really wanted him to do well, and then there's just been hurdles that have just come at the wrong times. You know, he's a different player from Beto. He really is.
But Paul, it's
I'm not excusing when we had, to be fair.
When we had Radiant on the show, and Broja was coming on for 10 minutes at the end of the game. He really works his arse off, and you thought, oh my God, if he got more than 10 minutes, he would have scored. He really did work his arse off when he kept coming on for 10 minutes. He's been given a whole game and he's just so lazy. And it's a different player to what we was talking about. It really is. I was thinking he's going to score loads of goals the way he was before this injury. And he's come back after this injury, and it's just, you wouldn't think it's the same player. It's mad. 2 games he's been given a chance as well over Beto, and he shouldn't have been.
I'm with you. It didn't work. It didn't work out at all. I'd give him a 3 as well.
3, brutal by Paul and Dan on the Toppy Blue Cast. What have we got in the comments?
Well, I like the fact that Nick said 2 for Beto and then said 2 for Broja as well. Yeah, not far off, to be fair. Doyle gave him a 3. I like Wormy's analogy of Decore's Big Bird and Broja is Mr. Snuffleupagus. Old school. Emma's not impressed. She's quite happy for Broja to go. back to Chelsea or do whatever he's going to do now. Keegan gives him a 4. Mike says that he's not the answer, so it's a 4. So does Rod. Thinks it's the same. Should have been good. We just wanted him to do so well, and it just hasn't done it. Shouldn't have bothered. -1.
I just looked, and the Bobble, who always tweets stuff first because that's what he tries to do, be the first to know stuff. He's not put Calvert-Lewin signed a new contract, so there's no news that I can see that Calvert-Lewin signed a new contract.
No. Also, he singed a new contract. Maybe he singed it.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe he sang about it, but I don't know if he signed it.
I just look quick to try and give you the update, but I don't think that's happened.
Yeah. LTL 4 for bro. Yeah, I like the Jimmy Hill shout. Hang on, Jimmy Hill. For those people who know, proper chin. Yeah, absolutely, definitely. So, yeah, I think bro, you'll go back to Chelsea as well.
Oh yeah, I just looked at a picture of Jimmy Hill because I didn't know who he was. I know. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, and there you go. Some people are a little bit worried about DCL signing a new contract.
No, I just looked. There's nothing on Calvert-Lewin contract.
Yeah, well, I guess we shall see.
We'll find out. Of course we will.
Just for sake of sanity and time, there's 3 players sub-wise that we haven't put in, so we're going to do them. We're going to do them at the same time. So you've got McNeil, and you've got Arobinum, and you've got Alcaraz. Who did come on? Yes, he did. So what are your 3 scores for McNeil, Tim Arobinum, and Alcaraz? I mean, they weren't on for a great deal of time. Probably got 15 minutes out of them.
Do you know what's mad? I actually feel like they all come on and did the exact same thing. Like, didn't impact the game. I don't think one come on and impact the game. So I'd gladly give them all a 6, and I think that's not. I'm not even doing that to be easy. I generally think like McNeil 6, come on, didn't really get into the game. Alcaraz 6, didn't really get into the game. Irabunum as well, 6, didn't really get into the game, got a yellow card. So no, I'd give them all a 6 then, 3. Nice and easy. And not even being lazy on that. What are you going to do?
I actually wouldn't go as high as a 6, to be honest. If I was Alcaraz, I'd be really disappointed that I keep getting thrown onto the wing. It's not
late as well, not starting as well.
No, I know, and I get.
We know what Decore
I'm not going to talk about Decore down that whole 10 position, but Alcaraz, even if he came on in, on for Jimmy Garner or Garner Gay at that point, do you know what I mean? I still think he'd do a decent job, but McNeil did a bit of running. I'm not happy, to be honest. I'm not happy with Tim for the first goal. I think he left Mikalenko to be a bit of a whipping boy for that first goal, to be honest. When the man gets down the line, I think he could have helped him out a lot more. So I would, if I'm looking at those, I'd probably say, I'm going to say a 4 for, no, I'm going to say a 3 for Tim, and I'm going to say a 4 for the other 2.
Yeah, I feel I've been too nice now. You say it like that. Irabunum got a yellow as well, and he didn't help Mikalenko. Yeah, I gave them all a 6, but now you actually think about it, there wasn't that good, was it?
Not for me.
6. I'm taking mine back, Paul. I'm sorry, but I've just given them a 6, which is like there wasn't even okay. I'm going to give them all a 3. Sorry, all of them are 3. I just thought it was all bad. That's brutal.
I think it was compounded.
Was it okay? There wasn't okay.
Yeah, it was compounded by City substitutions making an impact. Kovacic, she was better on the ball, do you know what I mean, than what we had in the centre, and Doku is Doku doing his runs and creating something, even if it wasn't pinpoint accuracy with the final product. But I mean, and I know it's Man City. It's Man City. We just got high standards, and we just think that we could do better. Doyley gave them so this is for McNeil and Arubinum and Alcaraz. A 3, a 2, and a 3. 5 for all of them off rod. 2, 2, and a 3. So Alcaraz slightly better. Some people mentioning about McNeil not very comfortable at the end. Hopefully,
holding his leg.
Yeah, maybe it's just about him coming back into the fray. A 4, a 3, and a 4. I think Shelley sort of agrees with me, really. Nick gave him 4s across the board for that. They get 5.5 off El Tel. McNeil's getting a 6-6 and Alcaraz getting a 7. Mike is, giving McNeil a 1. He's not ready yet, is he? No impact from Tim, so he gets a 4, and Charlie a 4 because he was out of position, and no impact either. Keegan gives Tim a 5-5. 6, 5, and a 5 off Eugene. There's, it is interesting. I've sort of seen 1 or 2 comments. We're just not seeing enough of him. We just want to see more of him, don't we? So it can just cement that kind of deal that we want. But I think it'd be bad if we didn't sign Alcaraz, but we offered the Core a new contract, personally. But maybe Moyes needed a kick up the arse. There's a lot of changes to be made.
Well, we have got one last. We have got one last person to give a mark for.
Oh, we do. I'll just finish these off. All the
it just reminds me when you said Moyes needs a kick up the arse. Sorry.
Well, it was a good link. It was a good link, to be fair. Good segue. Good segue. Yeah. Big Never's vindicated about Alcaraz. Well, we'll see. McNeil was just looking for an early dart to the beach. That's probably a bit harsh, but we do have a lot of 10s. God, it takes you back to when we had Koeman. Do you remember that? Everybody was a 10. Alcaraz needs to be seen in Ghana's place number 8. Yeah, I agree. To be fair, there is one more though. And
there's one more. People, do not go. There is one more player rating that I know you're going to want to get involved in. We don't normally give this person a player rating, but tonight the Moisaya, his name is going to get put on the line. We want you to give David Moyes.
What do we think?
Is he going to get to keep his costume here? That's the question. So, what rating would you have given David Moyes this game? We want to know. And he's got to. If you're going to keep that Moisaya name, you don't get a better name than that. If you're going to keep that name, mate, you've got to keep your standard up. That's one thing I will say, because we're not going to be calling you Moisaya if you start pissing us off. So, David Moyes. Paul, do you want to go first?
I mean, the starting lineup, I've not got a qualm with. They see more in training.
I'm frustrated with Beto not starting. I'm not going to lie about that.
Maybe, but I mean, maybe Broy's been doing all right in training. Maybe Broy's been doing all right in training. And the thing is, he's got to look at him before he decides, are we going to take a punt on him or not? I mean, it's like we said, these games are an audition for the lads who are going to be out of contract or on loan.
Yeah, so I get it a little bit. I do get it, but I just
so the starting lineup, I'm not opposed against. The key thing, and the 3 lads who came on have no problem with that either, because they're 3 decent players who should have performed better than they did when they came on. The key moment is going to be the Tarkovsky going off and Keane coming on, when we've got 3 right backs on the bench and we've got a tall, strong lad in O'Brien who is naturally a centre back anyway. So, I mean, we spoke about it on the reaction yesterday. So I understand why he did it, because it was an option. But in hindsight, even he's got to realise that it was the wrong one.
It doesn't make sense. Like, really, 3 right backs on the bench, and you've got a centre back that's playing right back. I just don't get why you wouldn't. Don't get it. Really, really don't get the decision. And I mean, the interesting thing, before you give you just on what you were saying, you just said, give David Moyes probably give Brozier a chance because he wants to see what he's like. I just don't understand why he wouldn't do that with Alcaraz if that's the case. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it just
Yeah.
doesn't. It doesn't make sense. Like, if David Moyes wasn't taking this game that seriously and thought, I'm going to give Brozier a chance, and I'm not over Beto, I don't get why he'd have to play Decore and not give Alcaraz a chance as well. Like, it doesn't make sense to me.
Well, there's lots of different reasons. Some of them we might not. We'll never find out about. You know, maybe you don't play Beto in a game where you think we're not going to have much.
Tested the centre backs more.
Well, we're not going to have much success in.
More, wouldn't he?
You know, play Broya against City, who've got some of the best defenders in the country at the moment, and see him fail. Therefore, sort of justifying your reason to send him back to Chelsea, and we won't have him, as opposed to playing Beto, who maybe you got a bit more hope for, or the fans have got a little bit more patience and encouragement for, and you bring him on afterwards. Do you see what I mean? So, I mean, that's me being really cynical, but it's also me being aware of how that can happen, and it can happen. It can happen. So we'll see. I would give Moyes I'd give him a 5 because I'm quite happy with how we lined up. I'm quite happy with the 3 subs that came on. We kept him at bay for 83, 84 minutes, but the key decision knocks him down a bit for me. So I'm going to give I'll give him a 5. I'll give him a 5.
I'm going to give David Moyes. I'm straight in because we're coming to the end of the show, people. We'll get yours on, and then we'll finish the show. I'm going to give David Moyes a 3. I just think it was just the Michael Keane decision was just really bad. Like, it wasn't that. We all knew what was going to happen in Michael Keane. Come on, it was a really bad decision. And in fact, it's not just that it was a bad decision. It actually lost us a game. I believe. I honestly think that move is what lost us the game. I know a lot of people feel, Man City are good. They come strong at the end of the games, but I just knew Michael Keane was a massive part of both goals. Massive part.
We've been strong. Well. We've been strong at the end of games as well.
Yeah,
so I wouldn't say.
Yeah,
I wouldn't say that argument so well. To
3. So I've got a 3. You've got a 5. What have we got in the comments?
Well, Tadul agrees with you, and Doyle agrees with me. Emma reckons that he's made his mind up about Alcaraz. It'd be interesting to see whether Alcaraz gets the chance Broya had this weekend in the next few games. We've got Chelsea. We've got Chelsea away, haven't we? But we've also got Ipswich at home. So it'd be interesting to see what lineups he kind of throws out there, really. Eugene gave him a 6. Keegan gave him a 5. Rod gave him a 6 as well. We were all right for 70 minutes. 4 for the subs. Shelley gives him a 6. 4 for the sub. That changed the game. I understand that.
Just for the sub, yeah.
4 terrible subs were his first mistake, so I'll let him off. Oh, well, we'll see. Some players really like one particular player that maybe the fans don't particularly like, so it's interesting. 7 off Mike. Injury from Taki changed the game, but his decision to bring Keane on was a mistake. Shelley's the same. It's that Keane decision. Moyes gets an 8. Unlucky with Taki getting injured. Got a point out of the game, but City were there for the taking. He could have got a point, I think, out of the game. Were they there for the taking? I thought they defended really well, to be honest.
We should. I'm not being funny though. We should have scored first half. With the hit, Tarkowski hitting the bar, the Branthwaite chance was a really good chance. Like it was a
cracking save as well. Like.
It's because he headed it bad. It was a good save. Like, he's got to put it each side of the goalkeeper. When it's just slightly down the middle. We all know that Branthwaite scores them normally. Like that close to the goal, a header. We should have been 1-0 up. And if it was 1-0 up, that position, I would have been interested to see if we could have defended it out. We had a chance. You wouldn't have, like, just for me, Paul, game plan. If you was to say to David Moyes, you're going to get, first off, you're going to have Man City at bay, you're not going to concede, and you're going to get that Tarkowski chance and Branthwaite chance. Moyes would have snapped your hands off and said, yes, please give me that. We should have scored from those 2 chances. So I think it was really unlucky not to go 1-0 up. It really was.
Wormy reckons that it's not Moyes' fault that Keane is the backup centre back. Yeah, but we've said what other options there were. Norwich admitted 3 right backs on the bench. Says he panicked, brought on 3 players who didn't seem to know what they were doing. They should, because they normally do. Emma's riled now. 3 right backs. Ridiculous decision. His excuse was he didn't want to change 2 positions. Hindsight's a wonderful thing, really is. Ashley or Nathan as right back than Keane anywhere else on the pitch. I mean, yeah, you could have. There were 3 other people who could play that right back position. I mean, who would you rather have had? Would you rather have had Keane coming on and doing what he was doing, or would you have Ashley Young right back against Doku? Interesting. That's what Wormy says, actually. To be fair, it would have probably gone just as badly if Doku versus Young, Coleman, or Patson. Maybe.
Sometimes, do you know what? In Coleman, sometimes when he plays against the big teams, surprises you on those players. You know, Coleman's had a lot of big players in his back pocket. Coleman has. He's done that before, and a lot in the derbies as well. He's had a lot of big players in his back pocket. I reckon Coleman come on with his experience. It would have been interesting to see. I know it's speed against. Some people would have thought Coleman would have got it destroyed, but I don't think he would have. You know, especially with the help of McNeil on that side. For me personally, when Docko cuts in, he's cutting in. He often will get past the winger. You need a strong centre back. Once he does, the centre back was Michael Keane. So I would have preferred it. I think put your danger right further away. Do you know what I mean, Paul? Right back. If you're gonna bring someone on, say, the weak, don't put it centre back. Put it on the right hand side where your winger can help him out. Centre back's just exposed. I said it on the match reaction straight away.
You obviously saw him as being strong enough though to go and do that job.
Some managers are stupid. He thinks he's Tarkowski. He thinks he can do what Tarkowski can do.
Yeah,
he can't.
I do wonder whether anyone's ever thought, Michael Keane.
Some people are excited for him to come on.
Yeah. Maybe. Who knows? Branthwaite should have scored. Hey, yeah, he should have. Bring Richarlison back. Oh dear. We must be coming towards the summer. Coleman hasn't played for a while, I get it. And he must have thought he was going to be all right, but just body position, just awareness and everything else. You know what I mean? Just he's clumsy. He is clumsy. And he's not shook that off. He's not exactly the most graceful of players. One of the reasons why he got booked. So
he falls off his motorbike as well. Michael Keane.
There you go.
That is the end of the show, people. We have done exactly what we said and managed to do this in half an hour, which has been fantastic. It's really hard because we do get all your marks on the screen. And there's quite a few people that comment, which is fantastic. And we do put them on the screen. So I don't know how we're going to manage. We're going to figure out a way to try and do this in 40 minutes. But I think it's going to end up where we just give scores. That'll be probably what it is. And we'll do our conversations about players on match reactions and just scores, 40-minute show. But I know for a fact a lot of you wanted to rant about Michael Keane tonight. So if we would have done that, it would have been zipping your mouth when you didn't want your mouth zipped. So
would have been holding it in all week.
Yeah,
that would have been awful.
It's very hard, but we do get you all involved. And there's been loads. Look at the feedback in the comments. You can't really go wrong when you're getting this feedback, can you? You know what I mean?
Thanks,
right.
everybody.
So people, that is the end. Happy Easter, everyone. We ain't got a game for a week, so you can have a chilled out. It has felt like I felt like I've been missing something since we've been beat this weekend.
Yeah,
not felt as good.
A little hole in the in the break.
A little hole in the heart. Yeah, I didn't wake up feeling as happy as what I've been. I've actually become used to Everton not losing and enjoying my weekends. And
we don't know the meaning.
Yeah, we didn't know the meaning of losing. You got lost and put Michael Keane on. Just don't count as us being losers. We're not losers until we start. You know what I mean? Blaming that on Michael Keane. Right, everybody. That is it. I will drop the music now. Hope you all have a boss Easter, whatever's left of it. And we'll see you again soon for Chelsea on the pre-match. Have a good one, everyone. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe. Cop-heights are gobshites. I can't get rid of them sometimes. They come from everywhere. Every single one of them. Up the top is have a boss one. See you soon.